Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. This is Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. Love it.
AJ's got it down. I like it.
Thank you all for joining us here today. We are coming to you live from Dice Tower Con 2018, bringing you board game coverage all weekend long. But first up, who are we? I'm Matt.
I'm Ann.
And we're Twist Gaming. And right now we are joined with AJ from Kolossal Games. How you doing today, AJ?
Not too bad. How about yourself, man?
So far, so good. It's been a busy day, but I'm excited to see what you brought us.
So, what I brought you today is our upcoming Kickstarter that we're the most excited about is Eclipse, Second Dawn of the Galaxy. This game first came out about 7 years ago, and it really rocked the whole board game world at the time. It was a giant economy game, or empire builder, and we are bringing it back. It's now with La Polite, and we have some new toys for everyone. The biggest thing you may see right here in the middle is the Galactic Center Defense System. Oh my gosh, it just looks so beautiful there.
It is really pretty.
You have a nice little centerpiece for your table. We also have some more ships here to the side, the Ancients and the Orbitals. Now, these were just tiles in the first one, so already you're seeing that you're getting a lot more table presence, and you're just going to attract more of an eye with some of these pieces.
You get more immersion to the game as well when you've got these 3D objects on the board, too.
Definitely, and I'm the kind of gamer, like, whenever I'm playing Arkham Horror or something, I like candles, I turn off the lights, play the soundtrack, kind of get everybody in the mood.
I'm not playing Arkham Horror at your house.
But no, I love the immersion of the game, and this one is taking us to that next level. When the only thing we're missing is a nice space soundtrack, but I'm sure we can work on that. The other thing right here on the top is game trays from Noah. So if you've ever played a big game like Scythe or anything like that, you know how long setup can take. It's roughly an hour, and it's hard to get new players excited and on that level.
While you're sitting there putting out all the pieces.
Exactly. It's one of the most boring things to do. But luckily, Noah, as he says, builds a better bag. So he has everything nice and laid out for you. So you have the technology tiles. Ship parts over here. Technology over here to the side. This is actually from first edition, but they're very close to what you're going to see in the finals. These here, two here on the sides.
Okay.
This middle piece is an early prototype, so I apologize for the white sides and everything. But this is easily my favorite piece.
Okay.
There's going to be 6 of them, and that is because you're going to have stuff for, there goes the camera, and I'm going to turn that up and move it into the middle. There we are. So there are containers.
Where are you going, Tyler?
So there are containers for all your ship pieces. There's going to be 6 of these. So all the starting components are going to go in here. So whenever you're ready to play, you hand one to each of the players, and you're just going to be like, here's your green piece, here's all your blue pieces. You have your starting tile, all of your citizen and resource cubes down there in the middle. So we can start playing immediately.
Very cool.
Then a lid is going to go on top, and we're going to track all of your resources. So if you've ever played a game with a lot of like little resource cubes, if the table gets bumped, everything's ruined because you have no idea what's going on anymore. This has little stackers that are going to slide over, and these aren't quite final yet, but very close to give you an idea. They're going to keep track of all your resources. And there's also little spaces for cubes to mark all of your citizens, so you know how many of the resources, science, and all that you're generating each time.
Oh, that's cool.
So, in addition to that, there's also some more plastic because this is Kickstarter. So we are going to have the models here, and these are from Ship Pack 1 if you've backed Eclipse in the past. So these are now going to be included in the game instead of having 6 different colors of the same ships. Everybody has unique pieces. So that's, again, helping with that immersion aspect.
That's just the white chips right there.
Yes, and that's only one of the 6 factions. So on top of that, we've also have new art, and let me see if I can go ahead and drop these up here in the front. So this is a look at some of the new player boards. Beforehand, it was giant gray blocks. Ooh, there we go. It was giant gray blocks, and this one, it was kind of hard to convince people that I'm going to play this for 4 hours or 4 or 6 hours and just looking at giant
gray blocks.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it fits the space theme, but now this is a lot nicer to look at. They are going to be double-sided like they were before. We are bringing back the old races. So there's going to be 6 alien races if you want to play in asymmetry. And there's also going to be the Terrans, if you're like teaching a game where you just want everybody to start on the same note. And I'm sorry about some of the glare on that. Ooh, there goes the little orbital
it's a nice
thing.
gloss piece, but unfortunately when you're in a streaming setup here, we've got the bright lights focused on you, so you're going to get some glare reflected back.
So talk to me a little bit, we're talking small piece by piece about what's being updated in this version. Are there any larger overarching changes to the game?
So some of the biggest roles, and I could have put a sign up at my booth to just answer everybody's question, kept them happy, that says the missiles have been nerfed. Everybody comes by and asks me that. So they now require 1 energy, and that's another small change. But let's jump on to the big changes. You can now move into Allied space. Beforehand, even if you had trade negotiations, stuff like that, I couldn't go into your territory and help you out with something or maybe try and explore. Now, I mean, it's more natural to like actually go into your friend's space, so that made sense. We also have going into discovery tiles. Oh, I didn't put that one on the board. But finding discovery tiles no longer costs a resource. That would stop a lot of people from going out and exploring in the first game. You're encouraged to do that more in this one.
Okay.
So that was another huge change. And the biggest one of all, we're going down to 8 rounds from 9.
Okay.
They've had 7 years of feedback. They've tweaked just about everything you can in the game. And they found that it plays a lot faster. And we're going down to 8 rounds to reward that. Because some of those big games will take 12 hours or something like that.
Yeah, right.
And you're not going to play them that often, maybe once or twice a year. You don't want to do that with a game you spend a lot of money on.
Right.
So this one, it's going to go down to roughly a 4-hour play time. And that's going to allow you to get it to the table a bit more. Also, again, the setup time has been cut up down. So we can start playing this all the time.
Very cool. So, I mean, it's still a really big, it's a hefty game.
Definitely.
But it's 4 hours. You're decreasing the setup time, which is kind of the boring part of these larger games. And that's kind of like a Saturday evening, guys. I think 4 hours is a pretty reasonable time to be like, hey, you guys want to come over and you get your gaming group over because we're all busy with our busy lives.
It's the approachable side of a long game.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what was the original playtime on the first one?
I would say it was about 6 hours on average.
So you're talking about 6 hours plus like maybe an hour of setup time. You're looking at almost
A day.
almost a full day of gaming. Whereas now you have an evening or a late afternoon of gaming. So
Definitely.
you'll be able to squeeze it into your schedule significantly more often. Then I could see why that's definitely very beneficial, especially with the game trays.
Talk to me a little bit about just for those of us who are unfamiliar with what Eclipse is. What is Eclipse in general?
Eclipse is a giant empire building game. You are in charge of one of these alien races. Hey, I'm on the camera this time. All right. So yes, you're in charge of one of these alien races and you're trying to race across the galaxy, exploring as many locations as you can, building up your ship tiles, or discovery tiles over here, ships over here so that you can control more of the galaxy, generating science, materials, and other things like that so you can fan out and control other people, or other parts of the galaxy and races, hopefully force your opponents back onto their own little corner. Maybe knock them out. This game does have some player elimination. Very rare, though.
Okay.
But you do need to be aware of that threat. This is a little bit heftier than some of your other games that are very handhold.
Yeah.
So, again, that's a very rare thing to happen.
Right.
But it sets that tone in people's
yeah.
minds. This is for real because you are controlling an empire. On top of that, you are going to have so many wonderful tech trees that you get to explore throughout the game, and I love that.
I'm such a dork. I got really excited when you were like, let's explore the tech trees. I'm like,
Yes.
okay.
Whenever I play Civilization, I mean, that's what I do. I'm the tech tree master. And this one explores that. I mean, you get to not upgrade just your civilization, but all your ships as well. At the top of each of your things, you'll have like places to upgrade each of these ships, as well as buy alien ships. That's what those are down there with the ancients and the orbitals, things of that nature.
Very cool. And so are the various races asymmetrical? Do each one of them have specific advantages or disadvantages?
So you have an option with that. There's 6 alien races that are asymmetrical, but on the reverse side of every board, not these ones here because they're prototypes, but there will be a Terran side. So the Terrans are all the same.
Okay.
Or you can flip them over and play aliens. You just decide that at the beginning.
So you could do a straight head-to-head match where everyone starts on equal footing, or you could have some asymmetric if that's what you prefer. Then that's really cool.
And I mean, for your first game, a lot of people do Terran, or even in the tournaments that they've done, people still choose Terran just because, of course, with asymmetry, you're stronger, but then you're weaker somewhere else.
Right.
So it's the more balanced approach then.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And it depends on your play style. You're given a lot of options in this game.
Very cool. So Kolossal is going to be running the Kickstarter.
Correct.
For this. And when are you guys launching the campaign?
Tuesday.
That's so exciting.
That's so close.
I know. I've been on the phone every day this weekend. It's been fun.
With Kickstarters, and especially I'm assuming with such a big game with so many components, I know that there's a lot of uncertainty when it comes to delivery date, but what are you guys estimating generally now for the game to be delivered for backers?
This one, we're trying to get everything ready ahead of time. I mean, Noah's still making some tweaks to his game trays, making sure that they're perfect. But overall, the art and a lot of stuff is getting finalized. We're going to see throughout the campaign how everyone feels. We're always open to feedback, and we encourage people to let us know on the forums. A lot of you already are. But yes, go in and let us know. But we're going to try and hit print as soon as the campaign's finished or very shortly afterwards. So I would say just under a year, hopefully 9 months, I think is what we're targeting. A lot of those details will be like finalized on Tuesday once we have the estimations like from our shipping partners and stuff like that and say, hey, we'll get it to you then.
Perfect. And is this going to be a campaign for international shipping? Is this just domestic? Or how are you guys, have you even finalized that detail?
So this is going all around the world. Latopoli is actually over in the EU, so they're very friendly towards all of that part of the world, and our shipping, one of our main factories is in China, so they're going to be able to ship over there. We are looking at all of the world for this.
Okay.
So do you have your pledge levels finalized for the Kickstarter, or is that still that's one of your final tweaks that you're getting out?
Final tweaks, we're pretty sure we have it nailed down, but I was told not to announce anything just yet.
Gotcha.
That makes
Okay.
sense. So this is very exciting. So if I'm interested in backing this game, let's say Tuesday rolls around, I'm one of the first backers, how do I get involved in this community to keep myself, interested in the game and engaged between now and getting my copy?
So definitely comment on any of Twist videos that have Eclipse, like this one.
I like that answer.
That's a very good answer.
But also on bgg.com is definitely where we already have a lot of forums and people discussing all the changes they've seen, what they would like to see, things of that nature. And of course, on the Kickstarter page itself, we're always monitoring that, not just us, but Latopoli, who are the developers and designers of this one. So we're reading everything that you guys say. Your voice has been heard.
Awesome. Well, AJ, does Kolossal have anything? Well, I wanted to ask, Combo Fighter. You
Yes.
guys were here at Origins. I know I'm kind of taking just a little short trip away from Eclipse real quick. How is the Combo Fighter Kickstarter going?
So we're funded, and we've already unlocked our first couple stretch goals. People right now are designing their own fighter with the designers of the game.
That's so cool.
Yes, the mode was selected as Drunken Fist.
That sounds like my kind of mode, right?
Yes. Right now, the designers are putting together some ideas for what they'd like his abilities to be, and the community is going to be voting on different ones. So even if you're not a backer right now, you can still go vote for each of these different things on BGG. So just look for Combo Fighter on there.
Awesome. Any other games that are coming down the pipeline?
The biggest one coming down the pipe besides Eclipse, at the end of July, we have Terrors of London. That one is amazing if you are a fan of Star Realms or Ascension-like games where they're deck builders or deck accumulation, I think would be a more accurate term. But this one is set with a Victorian-era London style and has beautiful artwork by one of the designers. And beautiful and it's this very shadowy kind of monsters coming out of the woodworks thing. It reminds me of very old DC with kind of the cell shading on the side.
Okay.
But it looks amazing. Everybody that walks by is just like, I need to see that. And I've already pre-sold so many copies of this
Really?
game. People are going to jump at this. And we have a lot of surprises coming down the road for that whenever the campaign does eventually launch.
Where can I meet up with Kolossal? Which conventions are you guys going to be at so that I can see some of these prototypes and playtest some of these stuff?
So Gen Con is actually in our home city.
Oh,
So
that's nice for you.
That makes life
yes.
convenient.
I get to go home and sleep in my own bed. I'm so happy
You're a
about
lucky
that.
man.
So we're definitely going to Gen Con. We're going to try and send our president out to Essenspiel. And we're going to be going to Grand Con in Michigan, as well as BGG Con in November.
Perfect. Fantastic. Well, AJ, is there anything else that you want to make sure our audience knows before we wrap things up?
Thank you for watching Twist Gamings. They're fantastic people, and I've had such an amazing time talking to both of them.
Thank
AJ,
you.
thank you so much for
Hey,
joining us.
thank you so
today.
much
We
for
really
having
do
me on.
appreciate it. And thank all of you for watching at home. Stay tuned for some more coverage throughout the weekend here at Dice Tower Con 2018. But signing off for now, I'm Matt.
I'm Ann.
I'm AJ.
Thanks, everyone. Hold on.
Bye.